This week on the LTU Sports Report, we get into all of the fall sports action and get to know some of our student athletes. We meet the new head coach who will be leading our women's basketball team, feature the ladies of the LTU dance team, and kick off the 2019 football campaign at home in the Blue Devil Stadium. Don't go anywhere because the LTU Sports Report starts right now.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Welcome back to Southfield, everybody, for another episode of the LTU Sports Report, the only show in the nation that covers an NAIA school's athletic programs. And we're here to bring you all of it from Lawrence Technological University. I'm your host, Gabe O'Neill.
And I'm your host, Jenna Skalski. Gabe, the buzz has been so loud around campus. Everyone has been so excited for our football team's first official game at the new Blue Devil Stadium. They took on St. Xavier because now they're part of the Mid-State Football Association, and we have all the highlights for you guys.
Along with that game, which is going to be crazy, we open up our men's and women's tennis home opener with Adrian College, spotlight our coach of the week, and check out what the ladies are doing on the LTU dance team.
We have a jam-packed episode for you guys, but we're going to kick things off with our newest addition to our women's basketball team, the new head coach that we got to meet this summer.
So, Grace, I'd like to start out by saying welcome to the Lawrence Tech family. What emotions are you feeling right now as it starts to settle in and really become a reality?
I'm excited. I'm honored and humbled that Scott and the committee believed in me and my vision, and I'm excited and ready to get started.
Grace, when this job opening first came available, I guess what was the initial thought of why it might be a good fit for you?
You know, I've been a part of the WAC as a player and a coach for 7 years. I'm really familiar with it and the competition and Lawrence Tech's players, the roster that they have returning. And so it was an attractive job to me, and I wanted to be back home in my roots.
How would you describe your coaching and recruiting philosophies?
I really think Coach Kai did a great job of establishing, going after driven character young women that are driven on the basketball court and in the classroom. And that's really what I want to continue to look for when we're fitting the LTU mold. What
stood out to you most about Grace during this process?
I think just her attitude and her enthusiasm. She seems like a real go-getter. She's going to have her work cut out. You know, recruiting in our conference is pretty tough, but I think she comes with a great background of recruiting a high student athlete, great GPA, so that's what kind of set her apart from the other candidates.
Inference how tough it's gotten for Lawrence Tech women's basketball, now back-to-back 21 seasons. We had a first-team All-American last year in Nicole Buckingham, the WAC Newcomer of the Year in Kendall Fisher. What are your expectations of this group moving forward?
You know, I expect her to pick up the ball and take off right where they left off. We have a lot of great talent coming back. We did lose a couple of key players, but I expect other people to step up, just like any team, right? Everyone's got to step up and do their role. Coach is going to come right in and get her hands dirty. It's going to be year one, so it's always going to be a different transition, you know, with a new team and a new coach. So we'll see how it goes.
The biggest thing that we've done is we've really built the family aspect, and we've really pushed the idea of getting the students to kind of take leadership and ownership of getting amped up for games, and it's just one of those that fall, football, marching band, they all go together.
You know, we get to lay the groundwork for what we want this to be, and it's really awesome. We've gotten a lot of freedom to, you know, make this what we want of it, because we work together as a team to meet our end goal, but we don't even know where the end is. This is just the beginning. So it's definitely a really awesome experience to kind of do what we want with the program.
So right now the music that we picked is a million times more difficult than last year's music. We have choreography, we have dance, we have a ton of different formations, just a bigger energy this season.
Obviously, Case expects a lot out of us, but not necessarily in a bad way. The progression is just to try to be better than we were last year. Obviously, last year We were a new program, so a lot of our traditions, a lot of our techniques had to be established, but this year it's more of trying to drive in those techniques and also just make sure that we're improving each and every day.
So there's been a lot of things that we've been trying to lay the groundwork on. One of the biggest thing is continuing our legacy and really building the idea of your legacy awaits. This year we've actually gone from about 42 members at the start of last season. We're up to about 70 members this year, so almost doubled in size. So it's really continuing to get more involvement from all of the students and really driving home the sense of family and perfection.
My name is Erin Atala. My major is biomedical engineering. I'm a freshman and I'm in the LTU marching band. I'd really like to go to Italy one day because I've been to Europe before and it's beautiful. M&Ms because I really like chocolate. Pineapple does not belong on pizza because I don't like pineapple and I don't think the flavors fit well together at all. My favorite thing about Lawrence Tech is the class size. I really like that they're small and personal and get to know your classmates and your teacher and ask them questions.
Hey everybody, I'm Chase Kaufman. Coming up after the commercial break, we get our first look at the LTU dance team, check in with men's lacrosse to see how this year's annual Prospect Day went, and of course, get into the highlights from the first football game of the 2019 season. We'll be right back.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs High School Sports Show is Southeast Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to sit here and eat this delicious pizza?
We could do other things.
A little help?
That was the best day ever! Some people will do anything for flavor. Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry?
Howie!
What's up, everyone? We hope you're enjoying the show so far. Next up, we're going to get an inside look at the LTU dance team, who you can always catch perform at all of the Blue Devil home games this season.
What we've been working on with the girls is trying to grow the team to be more involved with athletics and being a competitive team. We did our first competitions last year, and it went really great. It was an amazing learning experience. It taught us a lot about what we needed to work on as a team. One of the things that we really got to do is we challenged ourselves to be dancing at a higher level. We've been working with the girls on choreography and really pushing our limits as a team.
Well, we went to camp this year, which we didn't do last year, and I think that was a really good bonding experience because it was a kind of a tough camp, and so we all kind of struggled together and kind of brought us together.
For practice, we normally get up, and our practices are from 6 to 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then tomorrow we have pep rally, so we have a little bit of a practice before that. Saturdays is when the game is, and so we'll practice early in the morning on the field. We go to the tailgate, and then we perform.
It's very exciting because it's the first time our freshmen are going to perform for the school, and so they're going to dance for the crowd and have fun.
For us, we're planning on being almost there for every game. We're planning to keep it peppy, making sure the crowd is with us, and just excited overall.
What we're really trying to get people to see us as is the energy at the games. We want to be part of that group along with the band that's really building people up and getting them excited to be just in that whole atmosphere.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. Ever dreamed of learning how to design automobiles or other modes of transportation? Lawrence Technological University is the place to pursue your passion. Lawrence Tech has created a unique transportation design program that allows you to blend your creative design talent along with comprehensive understanding of automotive technology.
I think the biggest advantage of going to Lawrence Tech for product design or trans design is that we work really closely with people in industry. There's always people from different companies walking around our studio. In the spring semester, there's plenty of opportunities for internship positions.
This unique program offers many unique benefits. 100% of students enrolled in the transportation design program win internships in the industry. Students participate in company-sponsored projects all 4 years. All students are given a personal workspace in dedicated design studios led by industry designers and leaders. And top student designs are displayed at the North American International Auto Show, one of the biggest shows in the world. If you're interested in transportation and industrial design and you want to learn more about the degree programs offered at LTU, do yourself a huge favor and go to the website right now, ltu.edu. Find out how you can steer yourself onto the highway of your incredible future.
...2019 Prospect Day. We bring in all potential recruits out here to showcase their skills in front of our coaching staff and our entire program as well. This year we're over at Detroit Country Day High School, where they've been happy to help us out while our field's under construction. And I used to work here a long time ago at the beginning of my coaching career, so it's kind of nice to come back here and hold this event here. The new recruits look great. They're working hard. They're very coachable. This is the most talented group that we've had at a Prospect Day yet. The biggest turnout we've had as well. So we know we're growing. I think that's a product of our team's success over the last few years.
It's a great feeling. It's cool to be on the other side of things instead of being in the net or on the field. It feels good to be off kind of helping kids learn the game and kind of push them towards what they need to do to make our program and make it work. Hopefully see them in the future.
I was a walk-on freshman year, so it just takes heart and determination to get to where you want to be. As long as you have the grit and want to do well, I mean, you can be a starter by the time you're a senior year and even a captain. So just hard work pays off.
Well, recruits that come to LTU are a special type of player. You know, they have to be excellent in the classroom first and foremost. Grades are everything to us before you get here and the whole time while you're here. And we know that that's what's going to get you that great degree at the end and help you live a great life afterwards. So we see the big picture that way. Then we want kids who are coachable, that listen, that you know, don't make the same mistake over and over, and I think you get that with the intelligent player. We bring our whole program out to be on display for all the prospects. You know, we do it a little bit differently than other schools do, and we want to make sure that all our prospects can see our guys that we have, big, small, you know, all shapes and sizes and speeds and skill levels, and you know, we want to make sure that they're approachable, and our prospects can come and talk to our current players and ask them things they might not come and ask the coaching staff.
I'm Jason Ross Jr. at the newly renovated Blue Devil Stadium as we get set to kick off the 2019 football stadium. The atmosphere has been electric all day, from the tailgates to the field as the boys get set to take on St. Xavier. Stay with us because we have the highlights coming up next after the break.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, oh, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my third year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
It's finally time for kickoff here at Blue Devil Stadium, and we know you've been waiting for these highlights. So without further ado, let's hit the field for some Blue Devil football.
The 2019 football season opener at the brand new Blue Devil Stadium featured your Blue Devils in their first Mid-States Conference game, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the country, the St. Xavier Cougars from Chicago, Illinois. The Cougars would show their strength early in this one as sophomore running back Vance McShane finds an opening and is off to the races 60 yards for the first score of the game. 7-0 St. Xavier. Second quarter now, and after a slow start, LTU was looking to get on the board as they elect to kick on 4th down. Sophomore kicker Brad Gibson splits the uprights from 36 yards out to cut the lead down, but the Blue Devils would trail 38-3 headed into the half. To open up the second half, the St. Xavier offense would increase their lead as senior QB Alex Martinez drops back and hits fellow senior Chris Simmons for the 46-yard TD connection. But the boys in blue kept battling back, now in the red zone. Sophomore QB Tyler Kolka drops back in the pocket, fires, and finds freshman Derek Hinton, who gets way up to bring down the first touchdown of his collegiate career and the first of the 2019 season for the Blue Devils. Following that, the defense would step up on the Cougars' next drive. 3rd and 10, Martinez drops back to air it out once again, but the pass is broken up by star freshman Christian Clark brought in to force the punt. Answering right back after a solid drive from LTU would be Gibson, using the late cannon once again to nail the 22-yard field goal. Blue Devils now trailed 13-45. And after a scoreless final quarter, that would be it, as the Blue Devils dropped the season opener to a very strong St. Xavier team. They will look to flip the script next Saturday against NCAA Division III Wisconsin Lutheran.
Well, like I told the team, I thought there was a lot of growth throughout, from the first snap to the last snap throughout that game. You know, I think we came in a little shell-shocked, not knowing what to expect, not knowing the speed of the game. We're playing a lot of young kids that haven't played college football. So it was their first snaps with that type of speed and that type of physicality. Once they got used to it, I thought we settled down. I thought we played good football. And the defense really stepped up and controlled the line of scrimmage on that side of the ball. So I think there's a lot to grow from. We just got to get out of the gates faster.
Most positive thing, really just the team in general. Like, we do a lot of team bonding stuff. And us just being together make us better as a team. So we got to make sure that we do this all this week so that next game we'll go in stronger.
Keep getting better every week. You know, we got, I think, Wisconsin Lutheran coming up next week. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. We had a comeback victory against them last week. So I think it's going to be a good game. Just keep moving on, keep getting better every day.
Hi, I'm Alexa Turney. I'm a senior and I play for LTU softball. Coach Baird sent me an email, and it was a very specific email towards me asking if I would like the opportunity to go and play overseas. I got to do a 10-day tour of Italy with a whole bunch of girls from across the country, and we went and played against a whole bunch of other girls in Italy, and it was really fun. The vast difference between what softball is in America versus what softball is in Italy, because we were playing against girls that were 12 years old and women that were 45 years old. So it was huge, like, differences. It was fun. We did this very impromptu clinic, very unorganized. But yeah, I was able to coach some kids on how to bunt. And the language barrier is a barrier. It is very hard if you don't speak the language to try and just give simple instructions. You just don't know how to. So the food. I'm a big foodie, and the food was awesome. I literally had the best gnocchi ever in Venice. And the architecture. It's just complete opposite of what we have here in America, and it's so old. As a language barrier, it kind of reminded me how important it is to communicate amongst teammates, and definitely being more social, because these were girls that I've never met before that I'm playing with overseas, and I was all by myself and I had to make new friends, and it was very sunny and very hot very humid, but I got a really nice tan. It was amazing. If you have the opportunity to go over and experience a different country, do it.
What's up, LTU fans? When we come back, women's volleyball head coach Ed Rule sits down for the Spotlight of the Week. And we hit the courts for men's and women's tennis home opener against Adrian College.
I love working with money and making big decisions, so I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. I'm also here for the amazing professors who truly care about my future. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs High School Sports Show is Southeast Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm. That was the best day ever!
Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry?
Howie's!
All right, Blue Devil fans, finishing off this week's episode is our Coach Spotlight, and we hit the courts for highlights of the men's and women's tennis team.
I grew up in Detroit and then moved to Farmington Hills. So I went to Central for a few years and then went to Wayne State and have a civil engineering degree, environmental engineering degree, and a couple masters as well, civil and environmental, with interest in chemistry as well. 30 years of coaching a women's team. Again, another interesting thing. It takes a different approach and a lot of psychology. My wife, Michaeline, is a psychologist, so that helps out a ton. I bring a lot of that in as well. We started out this summer coming off our best spring that we've had, so we made some improvements. We did really well spring ball, competed really well with some Division II teams, which is a step up for us. And then we had a specific finite role of people that we needed to fill for 2019, and I think we got a good incoming crew to do that. We've hosted more recruit days on campus than we ever have for 19 and 20. We've had over 12 2020s on campus already, so that's one of those things, and they're juniors now, so that's really good. We have a core group of great leadership kids and great seniors this year. I mean, it just absolutely is easy to coach them. So a lot of those successes and that stuff, we set the process, we steer a little bit as a coaching staff, and their foot's on the gas. Always challenging for the girls, and it's not anything the same old, it's always new and always, again, making them comfortable being uncomfortable. That's kind of the cool part. One that I put up on the board already is play in December. That means you made it to nationals. And I think that's a realistic goal. You either got to win the conference outright or you got to win the tournament at the end. So you got 2 shots at that. And I think that's one of those things that if I can get the leadership, the junior seniors hungry about, I think it's a doable, achievable goal.
1, 2, 3, go!
They played real well today. Any day you can go away with a win, have everybody healthy. It's a good day.
Well, for this match, we've been working so hard for the past 2 weeks. It's been lots of doubles play, lots of singles play, lots of points play during the practice. We also play some practice matches against each other. It's always good to know who's gonna play where in the lineup. So that's the best way to just figure it out.
So we have a few new teams with our freshmen that came in, so we're making sure that we're working hard together and as a team, being more aggressive together as well, and then making sure that overall as a team, we're kind of a whole unit, making sure we're all supporting each other and staying strong.
Normally we'd play 2 out of 3 just for 1 point. Today we kind of mashed it up with the D3 rules and the NAIA rules, so we played the 3 points out, but they played very, very strong. I was real pleased with that.
For the past few weeks, we have been training really hard, a lot of consistency, playing challenge matches between us, and working on specific things that each one of us has to improve, and I think helped us a lot to prepare for this match.
Men's looked good in doubles as well. We had a couple of kids who'd never played together before. We kind of stuck them in it too, and they played very, very well. Our 1s are always solid, and our 3s are really starting to become a terrific team. We're struggling low in the lineup, but that's okay. Our kids are young. They've got to mature on court, and once they do, they're going to be fine.
Let's see if they can punch it in.
Blue Devil faithful looking for something positive. Derek Hinton climbs the ladder and hauls that down for the first touchdown of the Blue Devil campaign. The promising freshman from Farmington, Michigan, Avondale High School. He is pumped. That's his first collegiate touchdown.
Coming up this week in LTU Athletics. Starting the week off on Monday the 9th, women's volleyball starts conference playoff with a matchup versus Concordia at 7 p.m. On Wednesday the 11th, the men's soccer has their first home games of the season, and it's a doubleheader game. One is against Davenport at 4 p.m., and game 2 is versus Spring Arbor at 7 p.m. On Saturday, the LTU football team takes the field at the newly renovated Blue Devils Stadium in a rematch versus Wisconsin Lutheran. Kickoff is at noon. For more information on all of your Blue Devils' favorite teams, visit the LTU Athletics website.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on the LTU Sports Report, but join us right here on Fox Sports Detroit next Monday at 4:30 for more episodes.
And if you guys happen to miss us on Fox Sports Detroit, it's okay because you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at LTU Athletics, and we have all of our stories, highlights, and updates.
On behalf of all of us here at Lawrence Tech, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.